Welcome, welcome. Gather round. Alright, today we're playing our Wednesday stream. Unusual openings, challenges, and blitz. Be afraid. Alright, let's see. Let's get a warm-up game going. Puzzles. We did a puzzle today. Got that right. We're up to 2,600 in puzzles without cheating. I love the people who cheat in puzzles and they're like 3,200. Nice accomplishment. Alright. I'm just looking for create a game. Find something casual here. Ugh. That's not what I wanted to see. Alright, lobby. Let's see what we got. I have to try not to look. Unknown pawn rated chess knight 60. Wow. Pretty tough. Schieberspieler is here. Schieberspieler, welcome. I'm taking challenges 5+3 casual, unusual openings. We don't have a Schieber command, but maybe someday. Casual 3+2. Let's play this warm-up game against this guy. One day a Schieber backer will pay me to create a Schieber command. Anything is possible for a big enough donation. Dasu. Alright. It's nice and hot here in Budapest. Probably the same where Schieber is. Queen c2, white knows what they're doing. Not everyone knows this line. Damn, dude, what's up with this guy? Another player from India. Quite a few of those around. Seems like India is the #1 country here on lichess. Without a question. Most populous lichess country. Maybe just chess country, period. I don't mean populous, I mean populous for chess players. This guy is fast and he knew what he was doing in the opening, which is kind of unusual. Alright. It's a casual game. Casual game, the guys used no time for the first 13 moves. That's disturbing. I've played him before, wow. I don't remember that. I don't think it was clear where I played him. Flagmaster. So a4 I don't really like for white. Putting the pawns in the wrong color. Fixing his pawns on the same color as his bishop isn't normally recommended. Take, d5. I don't know. Or just d5 directly, but d5, c5. Or we could play rook c7 followed by d5. Which does look kind of juicy. It's all good. Queen isn't good, but other than that, everything's cool. I could have taken. Maybe I should have played a subtle move. No. This guy's kind of scary. Something scary about this opponent. I have no way to increase the pressure on his position there. That's disturbing. Surprising move now by white. Bishop f1. Wow. I don't even know where to begin. He's so fast, it's unbelievable. Not an impressive bullet rating, really. Of course, I'm not used to playing 3+2, so it just seems fast. I normally don't accept this time control, but I just was hoping for an easy warm-up game. I guess that's not happening. I can't get my queen in the game effectively. Whoa, now that sucks. The board sized itself. That's great when that happens. Board sizing issue. I got a challenge. Oh, thank God it's not Schieberspieler. I don't want to play any more 3+2. This is just for the sake of waking up. He's losing a pawn. Obviously. That's one way to lose it. Or maybe not. There may be some sort of tactical resource there. Queen d4, rook c4. Bishop d5, rook d4, bishop a2. Oh my god, I'm just like losing on time. He's just an average 2000 player. Knight there. Wow. That's a weird move. It's kind of unbelievable he's only 1900 in bullet with the speed and accuracy White is showing here. Yeah, well, Indian Lion wasn't the problem, B-Jack. I mean, he clearly didn't cheat against me. He got banned? Well, you never know. You have more connections than I do. Apparently. Oh my god, I just did that. So the guy's gonna draw. Just a standard 1700, 2000. I was winning, but I blew it. This guy has like wondrous technique too. Oh, okay. I forgot he could queen. Yeah, he seems like 2000. It's a good thing that was unrated. I picked like a random player. Whatever. Trying to win. I had to take on A7, obviously. Okay, whatever. Random 1900s, play like masters. Of course. Thank God it was like casual. So that opponent I just played will probably be 1300 FIDE, according to the average we get here. 1300s can hold IMs to draws and blitz. The average 1300 FIDE player from India makes draws against IMs with no sweat. I mean, I lost the end because I didn't take on A7. It's just a draw. I should have been a pawn up, but his blitz technique was awfully good for his rating. So what is this? What are you doing here? Some kind of weird Schlechter Slav? Dan, Bijak, I think you need to let it go a little bit. Let's not really, like, I'd rather not spend the whole stream talking about that. Whether we got people banned or not. Let's just forget about it. Yeah, that's the average rating difference, 1,000 points. So I've got a challenge from Sardai and Tas. Oh yes, an 800. So what do you expect his performance to be like? He's probably 200 FIDE and plays like 2100. I don't know, man. When I was 2000 strength, there's very little chance I would have made a draw in a blitz game against an IM. Honestly. Very little chance. But I mean, it's like everyone I play, 1900s play like 2300s. This online rating system sucks. Okay, you might be playing their friends. It doesn't mean they're cheating with computers. When you play the average player, it's like there's a sort of 10% chance their roommate is playing instead of them, I guess. Mandatory. We should have mandatory Zoom calls for casual blitz games. C5. Whoa. What am I supposed to do about C5? I have to push? I should have played bishop G5. What is wrong with me? I can't see obvious moves. Why did I not see that I could play bishop G5 here? Alright, honestly guys, I don't play chess in my free time. I have not played a game since yesterday. What was yesterday? Yeah, last night. Well, that wasn't long ago. I played reasonably well in the Rapid last night, or Blitz. Rapid. We held a tournament where I finished second, Schieberspieler first. My play wasn't too bad. But again, it was Rapid, not Blitz. I've seen my performance lately a little shaky based on missing moves in the last week or two. I thought last night was better, though. Okay. Make this pass pawn work, please. Sumihara has no fear. Rook c6. Wow. Blockade. Taking formation. The blockade is forming. I managed to start the day by losing to a 1999 player. Was kind of a weird hallucination at the end. So, how do we win this? Interesting. So that's completely okay. Absolutely normal. Master had that. Pawn takes. Just a queen takes c6. Bishop takes g5. The problem is he has this miraculous move at the end. Queen c6, bishop g5. Queen d7, queen e1 check, king h2, bishop f4 check. The miracle of miracles. Just happens to save him. What about rook d7? It's pretty much the same thing. So I guess I have to take on e7. Queen takes. Rook takes d7. Power pawn. Slightly powerful pawn on e7. No problem at all here for black. Of course, there's a million ways out of it. Totally normal. Standard. Got him. What? Not one for resigning. Better than the first game. Queen c6, queen e8, queen, e8, queen. What? I had a winning move here? Rook e7 or something? Ah, oh, it's crushing. Damn. Snuggles a snail, welcome. Thanks for joining us, Snuggles. Shieber Spieler, are you streaming later? Streaming Spieler. Spieler streamer. You should spiel in German. But you don't speak German, do you? Drew of goal, Sardai got on the punch up, Candidate Ann. These are all new players. Whoa, there's a 2200, 2300. And then the 800. I can't wait to play that guy. I have a language exam, but I wouldn't say I speak German. How is your German compared to your English? Let's ask that question. How's my board size? Looks alright. Yeah, that game was alright. It's bad. Alright. So you have to pass a German exam? Seriously? Ah. The Catalan for Schieberspieler. Schieberspieler's gonna stream post Slaggy. Oh, you already passed. Of course. What? Schieber played 92 against me. That's not Slaggy approved. Yeah. So, I'm gonna try Queen takes, but I don't know. I lost against Kostic with this once. No, actually, it was different. I had played no G3. It was Knight F3. Yeah, D5 looks like a good move here. I don't know about this. I don't know the theory of this line. I mean, Knight D2 transposes to a normal Bogo kind of position. Now my queen is just stupidly placed. Seems sort of stupidly placed. To be honest, Snuggles the Snail again, thank you for joining us. Always great to see the frogs. We've got 14 viewers. Wednesday morning is the stream time for me, man. We're supposed to be playing weird openings, and nobody reminded me. God damn it, Jerry. I played my totally standard stuff today. I can never remember. Is it Alzheimer's? Maybe. I saw an article somewhere that they think they can detect you have Alzheimer's by changes in your driving behavior in your earlier life. I don't drive in Hungary. We'll have to wait. Smuggles the frog. Snuggles. I've got a message. Don't send me messages, guys, here on lichess. Besides the fact that they're all like read by Big Brother, I don't like checking my mail on my stream. And thirdly, it's just easier if you send me a message on the stream. Yeah. Thirdly, open file. But it's really boring to play the symmetrical structure, so there is that. Sad. Come on, man. I don't like this boringness. The Catalan is boring. Now I've gone and put my rook on c1, so you can forget about playing for e4. This is just zero. Zero for white. Asterbait is here. Where were you? We're going to take this to symmetry. Is stuttering a sign of early onset Alzheimer's? Yeah, probably. Probably got it already. The London system is the worst. King's Indian attack, which I sometimes play. Catalan is boring too, which I sometimes play. I guess chess is boring. I don't know. I mean, that's why people started playing Chess 960. It's an understandable development. I mean, we get bored of the same old openings, and I'm supposed to be playing unusual openings. I end up with boring stuff. Roof goal lately, I don't know. The last game was monster solid. Now again, I don't even know what the heck I'm supposed to do here. Just nothing for white. It's literally nothing. 1863. What does it mean, Druvgul? And what is that? What is that language? How dare you use that language with me? Is that some kind of... This is a very, very sketchy move, by the way. A4. Probably bad. I didn't ask before, what does it mean? And where did it come from? Polestar. Like Formula One? No, I'm just kidding. The North Star. I hate my position, and I hate this position for both sides. It's awful. Schieberspieler might actually like this. You know, I don't know. He's like, yeah, we have a 0.1 advantage. Or half. This is great. We have a half of a half. We have a half of a tenth of a pawn advantage. Something like that. It's not enough. It's not enough. Chess is a draw, my friends. That's the cold hard fact. It's like the birds and the bees. I'm sorry to deny your reality. It's like election conspiracy theories. People that believe that chess isn't a draw are just flat earthers, basically. Sorry to break the news, but there really is no question at this point that chess is a forced draw. Unless you make really bad moves, which is what I specialize in. What else is interesting? The World Cup. Watching weak players get slaughtered by total... Is that what happens in the first round of the World Cup? I still think it's stupid that players like Magnus are seeded in later rounds. It would be much more interesting. Let them go at it from round one. Let everybody compete on even ground. Why should Magnus get this advantage built in? He's already the best player in the world. Or whoever, you know, are the top seeds in the World Cup. They don't need an additional advantage. They're already the best players. Everybody should start round one. No, like, seeds into the second or third round. Anybody agree with me? Comments? Disagreements? This is a very passive move. Now we've got something. Schieberspieler is a big fan of White's position now. I'm starting to become a fan. Yeah, we can't be losing our B pawn. What is fair is not necessarily but what is best for making money. Well, that's true. But I think having those top players playing from round one would increase the attraction. I think the problem is those guys don't want to play. You know, the Magnus Carlsens, they don't want to play from round one. They're going to cry and whine and say, I'm not going to play in the World Cup if I have to play from round one against a 2300. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, they don't want to risk. No, I mean, it's just they don't want to risk. It's not about being bored. That's not a big deal. So it's the passed pawn again. This is interesting. Man, time. The time factor raises its ugly head once again. Rears. That's an unusual move. You know, if you're studying English. This idea of rears doesn't make sense. What does it mean, rears? Rears, its head? I thought the rear was in the back. Why would rears mean to go up? To raise. English is a tough language. The specter of the pawn. Having a bye in the first round is common in other sports, in tennis. Right. Not in the biggest tournaments. So no problem at all. Like amateur tournaments, they do that a lot. Jeez. This pawn is going to be very hard to get through. But what's the reasoning? Like, the top players don't want to play against total amateurs? Look at Black's play in this game. I just lost. He's 1863. I just totally lost. What is going on? I just lost my advanced pawn. I should stop paying attention to the chat so much. But man, you're getting stronger and stronger every game. Now you're actually beating me. You just got your vaccination. Whew, that's like Australia. Wow. Played like a god and then went right into a lost king and pawn game. That's pretty messed up. Not a specialist in king and pawn games. And offers a draw. Absolutely. By all means. It looks very drawish now. It's getting more drawish. I said chess was a draw. That's polite to offer a draw there. But don't resign. Dude, other people are waiting to play. And you're not going to resign here? Stalemate. If you go king d7, at least you get a stalemate chance. Alright. Dude, your defense was tremendous. I can't win that position. And then again, I lost the drawn position. I should have lost the drawn position. It's just like the first warm-up game. I couldn't break through. Trading queens on queen b4 was a horrible blunder. I mean, black's just gone up here. So Drew of Gold needs to learn how to play endgames. Got no endgame. Endgame panic. Is anybody a subscriber who's challenging me? Perhaps not. That's why the Russians teach endgames first. I think it can be a little exaggerated at times. But you cannot be 1800 and not know fundamental endgames. At that point, you've got to start studying fundamental endgames. As good as you are, there is no excuse not to know fundamental endgames. There are many resources. Go to your library. Take out the most basic book on endgames. I mean, anywhere you can learn. You know, you're not going to learn it that easily on YouTube, I guess. I would get a book on endgames and study old school style. Anything will do. There are millions of books on endgames. But you can't continue to play with no endgame knowledge. You will lose every time to masters. Now that endgame, if you played properly, black had very good chances to win. I dropped my c-pawn. And the surprising thing is how well he defended, you know, blockading the slightly worse position in the middle game. Then I got distracted and managed to hang my pawn. Okay, it was a hard position for me to win. Sardai, I believe I've played this before. I'm not sure about the move order. Maybe black's supposed to play knight c6 first, rather than bishop f6. Simon Williams. My thoughts on endgame strategy. Endgame Strategy, the book? Oh, well that's a classic. That's one of the best books. I mean, absolutely. One of the only endgame books I can say I read from cover to cover. It's not that big of a book. Well, 150 pages or something, or less. WJ Loof, welcome. Stolen by Dvoretsky. Yeah, well, I wish I had $1 for every chess concept that's been stolen by chess authors from previous ones. I mean, if you think about the sheer volume of chess books that are published every year, they're pretty much like they have to be stealing concept from other. Unfortunately, chess information isn't copyrightable. There's no need to get Dvoretsky. There's so much good stuff. There was no need for Dvoretsky. There's so many good books on the endgame, even 30 years ago. The Averbach series of books, they're very expensive, but excellent. If you just studied Averbach's books, very comprehensive. But I think when you get to a certain level, like, let's arbitrarily say 1700 here, or like 1500 FIDE, you cannot continue to not have any knowledge of the endgame, you know, beyond like basic mates like queen and rook and whatever. You have to study endgames. There's no getting around it. Now, what am I supposed to do here? What am I thinking? He's trying to play queen h5. I mean, knight g5 is a logical move. Maybe this is a little too simplistic. But I forced him to give me his bishop, and that's going to leave me with bishop pair advantage in the endgame. Sounds a little overrated, though. I'm not sure this is the best move. I think rook e1 makes me nervous because of the f-file, and it's hard to find constructive moves. Rook b1 would be my other choice. Just getting to the b-file. I mean, that was my first choice. I don't know why I didn't do it. I guess I can always do it. I do have to watch out for bishop f5, though. Like, rook b1, e5, threatening bishop f5. Not so simple, though. e5. But eventually he'll play like king h8 or something. So now what do I do? Well, d5 allows 95. It's not that easy. Just to grind this down. f4. Our bishop is insecure. He has insecurity. Now maybe f4. But realistically, maybe I should retreat to a different square. I was just realizing black has knight a5 here. c5 is interesting. Rook b1 again. Then just king h8. So king h8 is a big problem. I don't know, man. It's a tough position. WJ Loof, thanks for donating. I'm still hoping for magical elixir or animal sacrifice that will lead to greater chess understanding. It's called tequila, and you can buy really high quality tequila and have a sort of hallucinogenic experience. Like that's the only way I know, but it has to be the highest level tequila possible. Jose Cuervo isn't going to cut it. Wait, what? I can't believe he didn't play bishop e6. Absent. There was this Grandmaster Brian Smith who came here to Budapest. He's a weird guy. He was convinced that absinthe is like a real thing. But he also voted for Donald Trump. No. But I mean, I'm serious about tequila. Some people will believe anything. Just because you're a good chess player doesn't mean you're not really naive as well. Damn, dude, Sardai? Scary. He avoids all the major tricks. I'm officially like freaking out at this point. So far he's averted all tricks. No, absinthe is just a sort of made-up marketing scam. But I think tequila can have psychedelic effects. Good morning, Husky. Now, I am surprised by that move. Not what we expected. So, how to improve chess understanding. Spieler probably clipped my... I'm assuming you clipped the tequila suggestion. Chess understanding with tequila. Alright, so start I. He doesn't like trading pieces, apparently. And he's very fast. He's got a high rapid rating. Low bullet. That's always weird. I thought he was fast. Oh, he's dropping a piece and I don't see it. Damn, dude. What is wrong with me? I just don't assume people are going to put pieces on squares that are unprotected. I trust everybody. Weird Wednesday. Where's the weird openings? Alright. Astrobate, what's up? Talk to me. Alright, let's try the... I never played this, like here. The Clarendon Court. Scorpion peppers. I don't know about that. The Clarendon Court is just basically a Leningrad Dutch where you're playing c5. I guess I could have played 94 last move. It's still valid. Is it good, though? Not clear. Maybe it's good enough, I'm not sure. He has some counterplay here. This may not be right. No, we're asking for more than beer. Beer can only do so much for you. White is starting d6. So I am concerned about my survival. Goblin Pawn Shop. So Goblin Pawn Shop, you're an opening expert? Was that it? Now, very nasty. 96 check. I don't like my position. Maybe you have to go to Costa Rica and do the Megyn Kelly thing. I don't know, man. I should stop reading the news. It sounds like I read the tabloids or something. Check. I can't help what's in the news when I wake up in the morning. Alright, I'm happy to get the queens off the board. Queen exchanges are welcome. $95 with tempo. It's basically a Gingy Indian now. Goblin Pawn Shop. I don't know, man. He must just make blatant blunders. He's fast and good. 1500, my god. How is it possible? How can he be 1500? Here we go. Okay, he's got 382 rapid. He doesn't play Blitz. So the Blitz rating is just an outlier. His actual strength is 1900. But I mean, he's really strong. Basically a kind of bad Gingy Indian for black. Not happy with the way this went. I mean, maybe I'm not that bad here, but slightly worse. Obviously the reasoning is pretty clear. The central pawn is a powerhouse. Now what do I do? I've seen enough of this. That's driving me nuts. You need to stop attacking the base of my pawn chain. Like right now. You're gonna need to stop that. So I'm equal, except the fact that I'm worse. I'm lucky I'm not worse here, man. I just totally missed 94. It's a miracle that doesn't work for him. F5. It's hard to believe you're 1500 in Blitz, dude. It's ridiculous. And you're fast, too. They should take the Blitz rating away. I mean, that's bullshit. You can't be 1500 in Blitz. Most people who are playing Rapid are about 200 points higher. So you've got to be at least 1700 Blitz. Yeah, it's like perfect positional play by White the whole game. I don't think he's made any inaccuracies. So this is your problem? You just hang tactics? You played like a perfect game and blundered the exchange. Strategically perfect game. Wow. It's easy to fix. Just practice tactics and think more about tactics and take your time. Strategic problems are much harder to fix. This is a terrible blunder. He's lost in one move from a good position. COVID took it away from you? What was that? Look at that knight. Don't like that knight. Don't like your knight there. That's a bad... You're a bad man. COVID took what away from you? I missed that part. What did he say? Bad light. Why is it in a bad light? Bad night. He's a bad hombre. I don't like this knight. A bar with chess. Oh, they had a bar with chess that COVID took away. We used to have a good bar with chess in Budapest. My friend used to run it, but it's been dead for like 8 years now. He got tired of it. Chess players are notoriously bad customers for things like bars and cafes in general. You attract a lot of losers who don't spend money. And not good, really. Man, Goblin Pawn Shop also defending this endgame. Wow. Again, his strategic play is extremely strong. And all he did was like make a one-move blunder. The way how the new youngest GM got his title with a lot of tournaments in Budapest. What's that? No problem at all. What do you think about Hungary being in such a bad light in the chess world now? What do you mean by that? It's in a bad light. Who said it's in a bad light? I think they got a lot of publicity from that. I don't agree at all. Where are you getting that implication? No problem at all. People, they're talking about the guy on like CNN and stuff. It's tremendous publicity. There may be some naysayers. There always are, but I think that Budapest is actually getting a lot of positive publicity. You may have heard some random. I certainly haven't heard anything negative about the guy. Well, Hungary is not as corrupt as some other Eastern European countries as far as tournament go, for sure. I think like on a scale of 1 to 10, Hungary is probably only like a 5 or 6. Other Eastern European countries are much worse in my experience. I haven't seen a lot of sketchy stuff here. Hikaru? Dude. Who the blank cares what that guy says? Hikaru. He like came to Hungary once in his life and was unsuccessful in getting a norm here. That's bullshit. Why would he be dismissive? Nobody cares about that guy. He's just bitter. That's disgusting. There is no corruption going on. Like a lot of other players, Hikaru came here and couldn't cut it, you know? When he tried. But honestly, Shiba Spear, I played in Ketchkamet and I never saw a game thrown. In fact, I played in one tournament there with this idiot from the United States. Made a complaint to FIDE. But he was completely only bitter because he had a bad result. There was no sort of corruption going on. Too much speculation and rumor. You know, you have a lot of people like Hikaru talking about stuff he knows nothing about. You know, how many times did Hikaru ever come to Hungary? Once in his life? He knows nothing about it. It's ridiculous. I would totally defend the tournaments. In playing here since 1996, I could count on like 3 fingers the name of rigged or fixed games I've ever seen. I mean, prearranged draws are part of every round robin tournament. You know, I'm not talking about prearranged draws. I've literally maybe seen 2 or 3 games in my life that were ever thrown. And in other countries, it's much worse. No, I don't like Hikaru, and I don't like, you know, that, like, what, don't talk about something you know nothing about. He's ridiculous. Bitter because the 12-year-old kid is successful? Is that your problem? No. I wouldn't even think twice about it. It's really sad. Candidate Anne. I played in Ketchum several times. I never saw one game that was thrown. That's not to say it didn't happen, but not when I was there. It was brought up by Nepo, because Nepo knows a lot about that, right? Nepo plays in Budapest all the time. You want corruption, go to Russia. It's ridiculous. I'm sure there's plenty of corrupt tournaments in Russia. Plenty more than Hungary. How about that guy who was like a grandmaster of 2600? There was some Russian player who was 2600 who just like openly organized fake tournaments. How many players do we have like that in Hungary? It's ridiculous. If you go further east than Hungary, you'll get a lot more corruption, I'm sure. This is like this ridiculous rumor thing that's been going on for years. I've literally played in like 25 norm tournaments in Hungary and can count 2 or 3 examples of games I ever thought were suspicious. You got people talking about stuff that they don't know anything, you know. What does Nepomniachtchi know about playing in Hungary? 0. Hikaru played here like once in his life. It's ridiculous. Again, these guys are jealous because a little kid beat their records or whatever. But you got to keep in mind, that's normal progression. These records are meant to be broken. I know, corruption coming from a Russian. Give me a break. They have like oligarchs in Russia who are 2600 who bought all their games. There was an article about that in the New York Times years ago. You're not going to find any Hungarian players who are 2600 FIDE who bought all their tournaments. But that you can do in Russia. The kid was impressive, and everyone that I know says he's legit. You see, these guys are just jealous. I'm no lover of like little prodigies and stuff. I'm a bitter old man too. But I just, you know, I tell the truth. And I would know. I hope like Nepomniachtchi gets crushed by Carlsen. Actually, I wouldn't want to see. I wouldn't want to see him win. I don't like Magnus either, but it's better than him. That's ridiculous. I guess it's hard to find content, though. The average rating of opponents of the boy was low in Budapest tournaments. The average rating of the boy was low. Dude, there's a rule, like Grandmaster tournaments, there's these average ratings that were established by FIDE. It's very hard to make a norm. Hikaru couldn't do it. Carlsen couldn't do it when he tried. I couldn't do it. And this guy did. It's very hard to make... You know how many points you have to score? Like 7 out of 9. It's very hard to make 7 out of 9 at that rating level. But honestly, the tournaments were a little weaker than average. Because of COVID. You have like Farag Ivan playing, who's like an 80-year-old grandmaster. But his rating is really low, you know? He's 2340. So he's supposed to lose to the guy. There's nothing to talk about, nothing to see here, you know? It's a non-conversation. It's Hikaru desperate for content for his chess stream, I guess. Creating a non-issue. Yeah, that definitely doesn't strike me as kind. Wow, white is good until the last move. Panicked with e5. No, I don't understand the problem then. There's a FIDE requirement. I think they've made it easier to become GMs. You know, maybe they should have that discussion. You know, I'm completely on board. It became a lot easier to get the GM title over the last 10 years. There are just more and more tournaments. They did away with the requirement for round-robin tournaments, although this guy made all of his norms in round-robin tournaments anyway. It would actually be easier in Swisses, probably. Did they discuss that? The honest truth is that the kid would probably make it more easily in very strong Swisses. You had Gibraltar, Isle of Man, etc. You know, if those weren't down because of COVID, it's actually much easier. I don't know what the point is from the Pamiyachi, but I've been trying to make a Grandmaster norm for like 10 years, 15 years. I can tell you that it's harder to make it in a low category round robin than it is in a strong Swiss. There's really no... There's not even a point to what he's saying. It doesn't even make sense. It's actually harder to make the GM title in a first Saturday tournament than in Gibraltar or Isle of Man or something like that. It's even more credible what he did, actually. So many people, Hikaru, Magnus Carlsen, couldn't make GM norms in first Saturday. I never made it. It just pisses me off, you know, these like fake... There have always been these fake rumors about the tournaments here that have no basis in reality. That always irritated me. And it's always like people who don't know anything. They heard from someone who heard from someone that the tournaments in Budapest are corrupt. Right, okay. Based on what evidence? What do you expect from a world where people listen to QAnon and Donald Trump and they're flat earthers? People don't base any comments they make on evidence. It's just based on speculation. Is it that you need a draw against a GM, or do you need to win for one of the norms? It's a performance rating. You need to have a performance rating of 2600 in at least a 9-round tournament. And you have to have a certain amount of foreigners and a certain amount of grandmasters in the tournament. There have to be something like 4 grandmasters, 3 or 4 grandmasters, depending on the number of rounds, Your performance rating has to be 2600, and there have to be a certain amount of foreign players from different countries. It doesn't depend on like specific results against the grandmasters in the tournament or something like that. Another player who played well, but there's like non-existent endgame knowledge. This is the problem with the internet. Playing online, nobody seems to learn endgames. Closest I ever got was like 2550 performance. So I never really got close to a GM norm. I think my best performances were in the mid to low 2500s in tournaments. Or I had good tournaments maybe in shorter, non-9 round tournaments, but that's not good enough. No, I wouldn't take anything away from Hungary or that kid. I think it's a tremendous, tremendously amazing accomplishment. I mean, I'm jealous of rich kids who have all these opportunities, honestly. But I wouldn't take it away from him. Here's... what do we got? Another hour? Supposed to be playing weird openings. I got a little distracted by this heated conversation. Yeah, knight h6. Good idea. Let's play 3-check. You're on the wrong stream. You're talking to Schieberspieler? The only variant I play is Chess 960. Actually, we haven't had a Chess 960 game in a long time. I just played Knight 6. You made me play it against d4. It's not as good against d4. Ah. I wasn't paying attention. I thought he played e4. It's not as good. I meant to play it against e4. Hard to say this. That's not easy to pronounce. Is it shaped like something? What does that mean? LCZOZ6. Queen a5. Bishop takes c3 check. Bishop is worth more than that, I suspect. I'm not going to cash in my chips so easily for a mere tripled pawns. I checked my... I had to sit on my hands not to play bishop takes c3 here. It's so tempting. Bishop's, it's just too good, man. I mean, I still have the temptation. The temptation is strong. Oh, he's not going to allow it anymore. He won't stand for that any longer. Very well. Yes, you know, short castling in a structure is something that happens in the Trompowsky, for example. You have to keep all your options open. Keep options open. So wow, he's sacrificing his g2. Sort of, but not really. Yeah. Not that happy anymore. He's like Mr. Positional now. Before he didn't care about triple pawns. Then he played knight e2, knight d4, bishop e2. He suddenly cares. I don't know who this player is. The account is relatively new. Since February. Pretty strong. Probably like USCF 2100, I would guess. Nice sack. Yeah, I mean, he made a nice judgment there about it was quite a nice judgment as far as sacking that pawn. No problem at all. Gifted a sub to ZWX. Even though we don't play weird variants. Yep, learned a lot in 2 years about chess, life, and about love. You learned about love from my stream, right? Love for chess, maybe. D5. Paying forward the gift they got from Mr. Sloyan community to the community. I just realized. It's like coffee shop. Pay it forward. Okay, what is going on here? I'm taking on D4. It's a big question about knight F5, you know. Maybe I should just take on C6. I'm sorry, C4. The other C6. What if I take on D4 and then take on C4? I think that's the sensible thing to do. The knight is pretty strong, man. It's as strong as a bishop at this point. I think that's a reasonable play. Resigning? Should I resign or should he resign? Not clear on that one. I don't really foresee either player resigning here. My cursor is always on resign. I know. Why does the resign button have to be so freaking big? It seems a little excessive, no? Why don't they make it giant so it fills up 20% of the screen or something? It's huge. Resign button doesn't need to be that big. They should make the draw for bigger. It's too likely of an accident to happen. They're all big buttons. I think I have the setting enabled where it double checks if you want to resign. But actually now I'm forgetting if that's the case. What's happening here? Queen takes. This could be tricky. Queen takes d4. Rook d1. That seems to be some sort of deep idea. I'm not going to take on d4. A lot of people mistakenly, yeah, this should be improved. It's kind of weird. And also the flag thing. Let's think about the flag concept. The white flag is a resign. It could also be construed as some sort of like peace offering. I don't think that the flag icon necessarily makes the most sense there. This is a weird game. They changed the icon of the draw button. What was the draw button before? They could still make it something more clear. I just dropped the pawn. Oh, I just hung mate? No. I thought I hung mate. It's bad enough, though. Very accurate queen c6 check. Maybe not, though. I don't know, he's like a tactical genius or something. Wow, that's quite a calculation. That was quite a calculation to make. Calculating the whole king and pawn game. Not too many people can do that. Perfect technique in the king and pawn game. I don't think so, actually. Interesting. Puzzle Storm 59. Puzzles 22.99. Perfect endgame technique. Wow. That was quite a technical endgame to play at the end. I had a draw and I blew it. What the fuck? How is this? This was a weird game. G5 was a mistake. He's winning. He was like winning the whole game. King E4 is winning. And on King D6, King F5, no, King D4. Yeah, this is easier actually. This was quite an impressive game by White. I doubt he's from USA. Alright. RSA Filipko. Uh-oh. Got enough games. Not the C3 Sicilian. What am I supposed to do? Coach suggestion. We're supposed to play unusual openings, but what do you do against the C3 Sicilian? That was a weird game, that last game. I should have been fine. I'm very disappointed about that. Seemed like I was fine. He played some weird moves. Don't trust anyone. So I got a 3-0 challenge and a 5-0 challenge. Those are gone. We've got 30 minutes, 35 minutes left. The 3-0 guy, did you just re-challenge me to the same challenge I just closed? If I decline your challenge, don't re-challenge me to the same time control. It's got to be... So I'm trying to understand what the point of Queen A5 is. Okay, we delay D4 for like one or two moves. White does what he does here, and then what? What is the point of Black's position? To just put the queen on A5 randomly? I'm not sure I get it, honestly. White doesn't seem very inconvenienced, and Coach A was like, oh yeah, the Queen A5, show me the refutation. I think this is the refutation. It looks like pretty good. Why is my queen on A5? What is my plan? How do I develop my pieces? I don't understand. I just randomly have my queen on A5 for no reason. That was knight H6, but I don't normally play it against D4. Tezek made me play it, and I thought it was E4, and I looked down, and the guy had played D4, and I don't like to play knight H6 against D4. Tricked me. I have 3 challenges. 4. The guy's challenges. This guy is just getting worse. The Klapton. He just challenges me to worse and worse time controls every time I decline a challenge. First it was like 3-0, now it's 2-0. Next he'll be challenging me to bullet. Please don't do that. So I don't know. I don't believe in my move. I don't believe in Queen A5. It's garbage. But I don't have an idea what's interesting to try for a unusual system against the C3 Sicilian. C3 Sicilian. Someone earlier asked, like, what are the most boring openings? I think that would definitely qualify. I always thought it's extremely strange that these guys who play... People who play the Mora Gambit, like, transpose to the C3 Sicilian. The C3 Sicilian is extremely boring and uninteresting. I can't imagine a player who plays the Mora Gambit turning around and doing that. It doesn't make sense. Alright. I'm just playing a kind of weird French now. Oh, this guy's from Slovakia. Wow. We don't get many Slovakians. It's funny, it's RSA. It makes me think of Republic of South Africa. Alright. So D takes C5, Queen takes. I guess. It's horrible for black, but playable. His E5 pawn remains kind of weak. I really don't play the French. You guys know that. But this is part of the fun of playing bad openings. A3 looks like a really good move. So what am I supposed to do? Queen C7? Doesn't work. God. Queen B6. Bishop E3. Here's your refutation of Queen A5. White just has very simple moves, and black's position sucks. This is as good a refutation as any. It's not very exciting. You're not getting blown off the board, but black's position just sucks. Like, there's no plan. There's no normal Sicilian kind of counterplay. White is played very simply and logically positional chess. So it's just a French with a space advantage for white. It's like a wing gambit where he's not down a pawn. But I had no options. Never play c4 in the French. Well, after a3 and c4 it's done. Sometimes. We do get a grip on c4 here. I don't know if that's enough. This is a weird move. He voluntarily gives me a6. And then voluntarily gives me b5. So he's like provoking weaknesses, but I'm not sure that that's a weakness. He may have just helped me clamp down on the a4, c4 squares. This is not a bad French now. Take it from me, I don't play the French. No, I don't know. It looks reasonable. If I played the French, I guess I would like this position. Thanks everybody for watching. I just want to remind people who are subscribers to the stream that you can submit a game for tomorrow night's stream. He's piling up on the queen side. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there, man? Stop that now. I don't want to see any A4 nonsense. White has misplayed it. I do believe he had a good position earlier. And I wouldn't play this crap for black for real. Now there's this. Is that an issue? Probably we need to think about it. Knight e2. Sorry, knight takes c3. Kind of a dangerous pawn to take, honestly. I don't want to be materialistic. I have no interest in materialism. Wow, big question. Which way to take? Knight b2 is an interesting move. You can guard that though. It's a strong knight. I don't like it. What's that? What does bishop f4 do? Does anybody know? Whoa. Wow, look at that f4 move. Do I never have any sort of tactic? Against this guy? And he's faster than me too. And a positional genius. Wow. And he's back again. Check him out. He seems stronger and faster than me. You know, he's only 2200. What? Another bad opening, but I mean, everybody I'm playing is like God. I was better for a moment. That's F4 move. I should have played King C7. Something. This F4, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. I was afraid of A4. I should have played knight B6, knight D5. White made 7 inaccuracies. 0 mistakes, 0 blunders. But I was making bigger mistakes. White only made like tiny mistakes. Now I've got a game against an 800. I can't wait for this one. So, 2 subs now. What? Oh, you got gifted a sub here. Where else did you get gifted a sub? Unusual openings. H6. I have a thing for H6, I guess. Knight F3 by 800s. Yeah, I mean, it's normal. Of course. Now he wants to take back on move 2. G4 or what? Now we're getting take backs. It was, I guess it was a mouse slip. Yeah, he's already over 800. Prophylactic A3, H3. He's already surpassed expectations for an 800. Normally I don't do takebacks. I want to see a real 800. Okay, now you're just being like a 100. Queen B3 followed by Queen D1. Okay, you're just gonna like move back and forth. He's luring me in now. Yeah, it's like 100. You can't find the right balance. Okay, maybe he's a real 800. I don't know. I have students who are like 1,000. So what's the difference between an 800 and 1,000? Comparing to my student who's 1,000, he's actually up to 1,100 now. He'll make sort of stupid blunders, but never like Queen B3, Queen D1. Move the queen out, bring it back. Yeah, white. His name is even past 800. That's weird. Right? Is that weird that his name is 800 and his rating's 800? Or is it just me? Is that not strange? Conspiracy theories. There was the guy who played me in my Sima last week whose name was Queen H5. And then I was like, who is this playing Queen H5? what to do. White's just playing weirdly. Stockfish level 1. Is it like... I never play the Stockfish handicap levels. Is this how like Stockfish level 1 plays? Queen b3, queen d1. Randomly dropping pieces. I think I've played it like once or twice. That's what I guess it is. Basically. The equivalent of Stockfish level 1. Totally random stuff. But you never know. It's getting pretty good with b5, attacking my knight. Tempting me into bishop takes g4 check, which might lose a piece. Speed is good for white. I mean, I don't want to criticize people who are 800 for challenging because we don't have enough players on my stream who are under 1900. I want to encourage more people to play from this rating level. We don't get enough. I just think it's a funny conspiracy theory. Just happens to be 800. Now, if he was exactly 800, I guess it would be more suspicious. But he's 806. 806 based on 43 games, rapid based on 84. Still not easy to checkmate him here. I'm trying. I can't get access to the dark squares. But bishop on a3 was a good move. This is a strong move. He understands that. This idea of cutting this diagonal. Anyway, I wanted to say earlier, if you are a subscriber to the stream, we have a subscriber stream tomorrow night. So please submit a game to Yabatis. Preferably, though very few people are following this system. Thursday. I can't even. God, thrust day. Thrust day. My computer is so hot, it's like it's hot to the touch. It's gonna be 95 degrees again here. Fahrenheit. If you're European, no mates. See, he does not fall for mate. Too much channel points already, and you just started watching. You should see how much some people have. Astrid, how many channel points do you have? Wait until we start getting prizes and stuff. Now I'm losing a piece. I want to make like H2 work. Excuse me, yawn. This is interesting. I don't see a mate. He's getting away. For now. This is awesome. He's got the Aster mate. Close. If I had castled, that would be good. Pre-programmed like mating attack with Queen H7. Mate and want to say mate in 2, but it's actually not. It's mate in 1. No, it's not. It's mate in 2. It's mate in 2 in multiple realities. There was no mate in 1. There was another mate. No, there was no other mate in 2 actually. Or was there? No. That's the best I could do. Alright, fun to play someone a little lower rated for once. Guys, how's the time? Demetrius might be a subscriber. Don't forget Schieberspieler is streaming after this. This was supposed to be a weird opening, but Black did it for me. Black played the Feingold. The Feingold variation. Actually, that was played by Max Uwe. Uwe played this against Alyakin, I think. Very strange choice. This is not a great line. I know Ben plays it. It's been around for a long time. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. I don't remember that. Bishop d6 either. Maybe I did something different. I never really liked these type of positions for white, actually. The line is suspicious. Feingold likes offbeat stuff. Queen a4 is probably not the best. I've never seen Danekis play the Chigorin though. His King's Indian's pretty good. I guess he's just trying to cooperate with the concept of the stream here. I don't like my game. I don't have that much, feels like. Maybe it's just this variation that bothers me. Queen a4 was sus. That is not the right place for my queen to be in this position. Wow. The spider and the fly. Knight g5, f4, 96. Not so clear. It's a good question. Do you go for knight g5 here, allow f4, play 96, then move your bishop back? I am not convinced. I am not convinced by that. I don't really like it. Man, he's incredibly fast. Took, though. He plays too fast, and he won't stop. No matter what I do, will never change. I'm just wasting my breath by telling him that he plays too fast. Just a complete waste of breath. Queen d3. Now we have this. Alright, so we should be slightly better, but it's hard to make progress. Think Korchnoi, I guess. Think white squares? Cool thoughts. Dude, I can almost predict black's moves. Basically, Denekis is like an advanced acerbate. The same thing where you don't even consider the amount of time that you use. You just move as fast as you physically can. Without even taking any consideration for time. So knight g6 not that convincing. We're clearly better. It's going to be a grind, but no easy wins. Queen and knight combo, very good. I have one minor issue here. I think I should keep the queen on. If possible. Squeeze with the queen and knight. So you have 3 minutes to my 1, but a worse position. time. You're on my H pawn. No, no, no. That's naughty. There's my alarm. Time to go. Schieberspieler will be streaming. Check him out, guys. After this. Arena time. It's hammer time. Okay, now what? E4, B3, E4, E4, E4. E4, is that a mistake or a good move? Unclear. This is going to be a tough endgame. I mean, he's got a ridiculous amount of time. How can he be that fast? It's unbelievable. And 1600 in bullet. It's ridiculous, dude. That has to be Sichuan. G4 would do as well, I guess. He could have played bishop c5 check, and it would have been a complicated endgame, keeping the bishop on. Alright guys, thanks for playing. We'll see everybody tomorrow night, 6:30 CEST subscriber stream. Thanks for watching. We're going to raid the Schieberspieler now. Thanks for playing. Bye-bye, everybody.